welcome back. I'm Allison, this is Wonder Crochet. If you're new here, I chat all things crochet, crafty, cozy, and fun. Today we're doing something that I've never done before, which always makes for an exciting video. I am going to take this old sweater, I'm going to upcycle it into a crochet teddy bear. Again, I've never done anything like this before, so we are really flying by the seat of our pants for this one. It should be fun. I really hope it turns out how I'm picturing it, so I hope you stick around for that. But if you're brand new to crochet and you'd like to learn how to make plushies like all of these, I have a full online course. I'll link that in the description. It teaches you from the very beginning how to crochet and how to crochet well. And if you already do love crochet, I sell crocheting animal stickers and sweatshirts, so if you like all things cute and crochet, definitely check those out. I'll link everything in the description. So I've been doing some spring cleaning and I've been going through all of my old clothes and seeing what I can donate, and I saw this sweater that I got probably over 10 years ago. So it's definitely well loved and it's honestly just falling apart. So you can see like this section over here used to be like this nice, crossed section, and all the yarn is just kind of pulling out and there's like yarn snags and holes just all over the sweater. So I wouldn't even want to donate this because it has a bunch of holes in it and it's just really seen better days. But the yarn itself in this sweater is, if you can see, it's like a velvet yarn, and I really enjoy crocheting with soft velvet yarns. So I thought this might be a fun project to see if we can recycle this. I'd hate to just throw it away, and I'd love to make a little teddy bear out of it. Again, I've never done anything like this before. I don't even know how to properly get the yarn off of the sweater. I could watch a tutorial, but I think I'm just gonna wing it because that's more fun for me. So let's jump into this little crochet recycle challenge. So if you can see at the top here, it seems like the different sections of the sweater are connected right here, and they seem to be connected with a different yarn. It almost looks like worsted weight yarn or maybe even a DK size yarn. And if you pull at it here, then you can see it's starting to come off here. So I didn't even need to cut it. All I did was pull that yarn and it's starting to come apart. I'm going to cut only that strand of yarn because I don't want to like cut and unravel the velvet yarn that we actually want to use. And it does seem to be kind of like a thinner velvet yarn, so I may have to double strand this yarn to make our teddy bear, or else it'll be the smallest teddy bear in the world, which would also be cute as well. I guess I could make a couple of them instead of just one. I am working my way down, and you know what? Anyone watching this who like sews and who takes seams apart all the time, I do have tools for this that I could be using, and I might break them out. I just first wanted to see what I could do just with scissors here. There does seem to be kind of a seam at the top too, so it looks like they sewed around the sweater with a sewing machine. I got the collar off and now I'm literally just pulling the yarn apart so that I can reuse it. Thankfully it's not shedding too much, so it does look like I'll be able to use it pretty well, but I'm definitely going to double, maybe even triple strand it since it is so tiny. So far this is actually working out better than I expected. I thought I'd really have a hard time being able to get this yarn. This would be a great time for me to have a yarn winder. I might run and go buy a yarn winder. It's about time, right? I should have had one years ago. So it's the next day. I spent most of the evening just watching Netflix and unraveling this sweater. So basically I unraveled the arms and the sides and the collar. So there's still like these main panels here, but I don't know if I'll need them for our first teddy bear, so I might leave it like this because I did get a lot of yarn from the arms. So let me show you what I have. And no, I didn't go to get a yarn winder just because I didn't have time, but if I do this again then I'll definitely get a yarn winder. It will help a lot. I have these two little balls of yarn that I got, and then I have a tangled mess. Let me show you. I have all this. So I am going to organize this a bit. I started making like little balls of yarn here, but let me insert a clip in. I was having Mr. Wonder Crochet help me kind of unravel the sweater because there were like 2 strands of yarn and you have to pull them like at the same time. So he pulled one and I pulled the other and we were kind of wrapping them up. It was our evening activity. So I am going to work on getting these a little bit more organized and then we'll start working on our teddy bear. And I am going to double strand it just because, as you can see, the yarn is very thin. It's almost like thread, but it's not because it has the velvet yarn on there. But I'm excited for this. I think that this kind of burnt orange color will look really great for our teddy bear. And if you're wondering what pattern I'm using for the teddy bear, I'm going to freehand it. If it turns out cute, then I'll type up a free pattern for it on my blog, so just let me know if you want that. But I'm just going to continue to wrap these, be my own yarn winder, get a little wrist workouts, and once I have this mess all wound up, then we'll start crocheting our little teddy bear. The fact that you can get so much yarn out of an old sweater, and like you saw, it had holes in it, so I really couldn't do anything with it except get rid of it, and you'd hate to get rid of all this good yarn. So if I can repurpose it into a few teddy bears, I think it's definitely worth some extra work. Okay, I untangled most of it, so now let's start crocheting. And like I said, I'm going to double strand it, so I'm just going to take 2 little balls of yarn and I'm going to tie the 2 ends together using a slip knot. And then I think I'm going to use, I can't decide if I want to do a 4.5. Yeah, I think we'll do a 4.5 millimeter hook. And that is what it looks like tied together. So I'm just going to crochet these 2 together and I'll start with the head. So basically I'm going to be trying to make a teddy bear about this size. With all the yarn that I have, I'll probably be able to make multiple, but for the purposes of this video, we'll make one and then maybe later on I'll see how many I can make from it. But basically, I'm going to do kind of a low sew bear because it's always a quicker project if I have to do less sewing. So I'm going to make the legs, arms, and ears first because all 3 of those will be crocheted on instead of sewn on. And then I'll make the head, the body, and the little muzzle. And I'll probably be using safety eyes and a safety nose for our muzzle. So I guess we'll start with the feet. And I was wondering how this yarn would be to crochet with. And honestly, it's not bad. It's a little bit difficult to crochet when things are double-stranded. I rarely crochet with things double-stranded, but the yarn itself, being velvet and being so smooth, it's pretty nice to work with actually. I am working on the bear's head right now and it's honestly turning out really cute. A little bit smaller than I expected, so I'll be interested to see how much yarn we actually use for one, and then I'll kind of calculate to see how many we could make with this whole sweater, because I think that will be fun. So I'm working on the head. I made the arms and the little legs, and then I made the muzzle, which will sew on there, and then the tiny little tail. So I just need to finish this, and I'm going to add safety eyes and a nose, and then I obviously need to do the body, but all of the pieces on the body are no-sew, which is exciting. So literally the only thing that we have to sew on is the muzzle. But as I was making this, I realized how perfect the color would be for my squirrel plush. Like this color yarn, it would be such a perfect color to be like one of those red squirrels. So I feel like later on I'm gonna have to make a squirrel out of this yarn because I'm almost halfway done with my teddy bear, and I'm telling you, I have so much yarn left, so it's kind of exciting. I can make a bunch of different other things later on. And there is our cute little teddy bear and his little tail in the back. I really love how he turned out. He turned out a little bit smaller than I anticipated, and I think that's just because of how thin the yarn was, even though I did double strand it. But I actually have a ton of yarn left from the sweater, and I didn't even touch those 2 panels that I haven't unraveled yet. So if I wanted to, I could make probably 10 or maybe more of these little teddy bears out of it. But over time, I think I might try to make some other stuff like a squirrel, or maybe I'll try out my horse pattern with this yarn, or maybe I'll make some cute little tops for summer. As you can see, the yarn is really soft and really smooth, so there's a ton of possibilities for it. So let me know what else I should make with the remaining yarn, and if you don't already, give me a follow over on Instagram. I post all of my new projects over there, and it's a great place to keep in touch with me. Let me know what other kinds of videos you'd like to see. I love making stuff from your suggestions. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you real soon.